Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we are here at the Skagit Speedway in Burlington, Washington. It's the Friday prelim of the Skagit Nationals. There's $20,000 on the line. We're competing in the red 18T, and let's head up and check out the Skagit Speedway and show you guys what we're going to be working with for this evening's show. So we are standing here in turn 3 at the Skagit Speedway, just checking out the racing surface. In order to be a top driver and team in this sport, you have to be able to read a dirt track and just see what it looks like at the beginning of the night and then make a good educated guess on where it might go throughout the show. Yesterday was pretty fast paced. The track had a lot of grip. The times were fast all night. I think today could be a little bit of a different story. It just looks like it's a little bit harder. There's a little drier material out there. So we'll see how things end up shaping up. Here in about 45 minutes, cars will be on track for engine heat, and then we'll be rolling straight into hot laps and qualifying.
Next up, the driver that ran 7th in last night's feature hits the racetrack from Jacksonville, Oregon in the Shane DeWalt Trucking Legacy Builder Supply, Orville Tax Sisters Meat and Smokehouse 18T. Here's Tanner Holmes. And also on the track from Lewiston, Idaho, the Diamondback Shooting Range, Auto Body Super Center, Beck Sawmill, number 95R, Dan Reynolds. Dan Reynolds in the 95R, Tanner Holmes in the 18T. Tanner Holmes on lap number 1. He will be 18th quick, 11.997, 11.997. Dan Reynolds' first lap is 20th quick at 12.269, 1.2269. Tanner Holmes, lap number 2. He will go up to 15th quick now, 11.941, 11.941.
Well, guys, I just got back to the trailer after qualifying. They're still finishing the second half of cars. I think I'm pretty far down in the order. I just felt terrible. Like, I didn't feel very good. We hot lapped kind of okay, and then we tried to make some changes, and we definitely were worse there in qualifying. That was a very frustrating 2 laps. Skagit's a place I know how to get around, man, and I don't know why the car don't feel. You know, we're trying to get it to feel how I want it to feel, and there, man, like I'm just spinning so bad down the straightaways and not making enough speed, and totally frustrating. That sucks. So we're gonna go to work and definitely have a hole to dig ourselves out of tonight. So I guess we were a little better than I thought, and when I say that, I mean like we made the invert. So there's 39 cars, top 24 make the invert. I thought we were so bad we weren't even going to be in the top 24, but we were 23rd, so we held on. That's going to help us now moving into a heat race. Points wise though, that doesn't help us at all. A little behind there. I just feel frustrated, like Carly and I were just talking, like we don't know if we maybe like, feels like something just maybe not right. I don't know, like it's just so frustrating that something could feel so different when I don't even feel like the racetrack is terribly different. You know, it's obviously not the same, but we talked about a bad torsion bar. We checked all of our shocks today. Like, we just made some changes there, and I felt so much worse in qualifying. I just really struggled to get around the bottom, which I just don't feel like, I don't think everything should be perfect, but gosh, it's just so frustrating right now. So anyway, we now have a good chance here in the heat race, hopefully to be in some clean air and just keep making this thing better and better. I have some ideas on what we could do setup-wise, and again, maybe change some torsion bars around and just make sure everything's all good. It's just crazy how the second I get on the throttle, I don't feel like I'm in the racetrack, and I spin all the way down the straightaway. You know, again, maybe my laps weren't perfect to help some of that. Again, like I don't know, I don't think I could go out there and run laps any better on the bottom. I feel a little better in the middle just because you can keep it straighter, but as I'm trying to make the corner, like my car just doesn't feel comfortable. So we're gonna be in the front of a heat race now. We're gonna be going to work here in the meantime though to really try to improve. Yep, still.
I mean, I don't know what the bottom looks like. You're gonna get a good start. Then you set the pace. So set. I know it might sound silly to set a decent pace because then he can get a run, but I'm just saying, like, you're the pole sitter. You can set the pace.
so we did our job there in the heat race. I won't sugarcoat it though, like our nights have been going, look a little better, like that looks a little better because we start on the pole. You know, anyone you put on the pole, there's 39 good cars here. So I don't judge us like running away in a heat race. Like our balance is better in qualifying, but points wise, obviously we're just trying to make up there by winning. Good that we're in the show. Obviously tonight's good purse, like there's benefits. We did our job there, but we got to keep working on our race car. Again, step in the right direction, but like, man, in 3 and 4, if I was having to race guys, like I'm not in the racetrack as much down there. 1 and 2 leaning against it, felt pretty good, but we need to keep getting it to where I can maneuver off of where there's something to lean on or where there's a little bit of grip, and I think we, you know, at least know which direction we kind of want to go, but still, it's just the racetrack's really difficult right now, and it's key to make the right changes here, give ourselves a chance to put together a charge and try to make up some points in this feature. But stoked that we won the heat race in the sense we did our job. Well, up here looking at the racing surface, right now the racetrack is, it's such an interesting Skagit. We were just talking, a couple of us drivers, it's almost like there's not necessarily one definitive line. Guys are literally just running all over the racetrack, almost making the best circle. And whoever's car is almost like stuck, you can kind of, you know, some guys are running the bottom, some guys are blowing what looks to be almost the slick part of the racetrack. Some guys are even running more like half, 3/4 the way up. So really, really interesting right now. Yeah, we're just gonna give it all we got here in the feature. Obviously we're locked in, we're gonna have to put together a charge, but just trying to study and see, like, you know, what a different Skagit than what we saw earlier in 2025 and what we need to do with our race car just to get me to where I can make a little more entry speed, be stuck in the racetrack, and then maneuver from there, because you gotta be able, when you're behind cars, to kind of just go where they're not. And so that's what we're working on right now, and just trying to look at the racetrack to see what we need to do to achieve it.
So I'm currently running 14th under this caution, but High Limit does a choose cone where every car in the field under yellow gets to elect whether they want to restart on the bottom or the top. So with the traditional restart, I would be in row 7, but with the choose cone and how things fell here, more cars elected the top side, usually by mistake. It can get very confusing when you're farther back in the pack. So I chose correctly and actually gained a row to restart 11th here as we take the green.
16th to 10th run going there, gave up 2 spots at the end. I knew my pace was slowing down. I was getting to guys, and that's what happens when you just don't make quick work of them. They were racing so hard in front of me, so I was trying to, like, I don't know, like I said, I just hesitate just a tiny bit. We went forward. Racetrack was, yeah, I don't know, 1 and 2 you could race, 3 and 4 was just a lot harder to race. Everyone kind of around the berm and throwing a lot of dirty material, like not even what is the racetrack, like what's on the berm, they're throwing it across. And every time I ran the top in 3 and 4, I just never felt like I got off the corner. I felt like I lost so much ground, so then I just got a little too committed to the bottom of 3 and 4 and started slowing down, and ultimately I think I could have kept my speed up, but I just kind of got to those guys in front of me and then, you know, didn't know really where to go. If I could do it again right now, already thinking about it, would have pulled my wing back more, tried to blast it harder. So unfortunate. Yeah, I feel like we left some on the table there, what could have been a +8 run maybe or something like that to get in the top 10. So that's on me. Thought our race car was solid. We could still use a little bit more grip. Definitely could probably tighten up some. Had to grab my wing pretty early. We'll chalk it up and see where things shake out points wise. So a little bit of a disappointing 12th place finish tonight. Okay guys, we got a couple fans that want to be in the video here at Skagit. We got
Cameron
and
Chris.
And he said he had questions he wanted to ask me.
So I know we're here at Skagit Speedway.
Yep.
In the couple years past, you haven't had great times at Dirt Cup and Nationals. How is it now for Dirt Cup this year and High Limit here? Doing pretty fairly well.
I feel like it's actually been solid. You know, I mean, I think that we got more we need to work on. I think like our car hasn't been as good as it was at Dirt Cup, but Dirt Cup I think was maybe the greatest weekend of my racing career. It feels good to be back here, and I think tomorrow, you know, we're a little lower in points than we're hoping, but we're kind of in the hunt, so we'll see what we can do.
Hey, best of luck to you tomorrow.
Awesome. Well, thanks guys for being here. Thanks, man. We got another fan that wants to be in the video, buddy. What's your name?
Lucas.
Where are you from?
I'm from US.
What'd you think of the races tonight? Was it a little dusty up there?
Yeah, it was a little dusty, but you were just doing great out there.
Hey, thanks, man. Appreciate you watching and stuff.
Thank you.
We got a lot of great fans here in the Northwest. It's awesome being back close to home. Skagit Speedway is amazing. We're gonna finish getting things all cleaned up. That kind of wraps up our night here as we finish 12th. Well, just walking up here, wanted to end today's show as Skagit Speedway crew is getting ready for the final night of the Skagit Nationals. There's one thing just a little disappointed about. It's just honestly probably our positioning we've had all weekend. Not qualifying well, has not put us up front in the feature, and just hard to come from the back of these shows. So I think for us, if we started in the top 4, top 6, just like, you know, a lot of the guys that did, they stay up there. You know, you get in clean air and you get to really use your race car, and you kind of get to own the racetrack a little bit. So kind of bummed the first 2 nights we didn't put ourselves in that spot. We've just kind of been trying to fight forward, and I think we've ran decently smart races tonight. The first 20 were good. My last 10 just got sloppy. I could have done more behind the wheel to maybe give myself a shot to be inside the top 10 that ended up being 2 spots out. We'll keep at it. I know Carly, she was, and it's good, you know, Carly was like, here's what you need to be, like she has that outside view, right, watching, and between her and my team, like here's what I think you need to be doing. There's more that we need from our race car. I think our balance is close, and I think if we were up front by ourselves and kind of like the heat race and whatnot, like we got something to work with, but we could be better when it gets really, really slick. We're gonna keep doing our homework, and I just gotta keep, you know, working on my job behind the wheel. Always love being here at Skagit, man, but I love it a lot more when I'm up front. So thank you guys for watching. I think we're sitting 13th in points going into tomorrow, so we're gonna be in a decent spot, not on the front row of a qualifier, but I think we're the first car out, so we're starting like 3rd in a qualifier, getting tomorrow's big show, and try to make the most of where we'll be. So you see them working the track right now. Again, my emotions just come because I want to win a national show, and I want to be, you know, more in contention with our stuff. And I feel like, you know, these first 2 nights, again, they've been solid, but I also feel like we've ended up in some of the right spots by not qualifying good with the invert, then winning our heat race, and then moving forward in the feature. But if we could, you know, qualify a little better than just, you know, do our job in the heat race, then we start up front, both nights could look a lot different, and I think we'd have a shot at being in victory lane. And Rico, he's won the first 2 nights. He's just been super good. So strong field of cars. We're going into tomorrow's finale. That's when all the money's paid out, and it's one more opportunity for us to climb our way to the front. So thank you guys for watching. Thanks for supporting our team. We love you so much, and we're going to keep doing our job and keep rolling through our 2025 season. We'll see you guys in the next show. Deuces.